Good morning, 8th grade. Hope you are doing well. Today we have a new unit, Unit 8. The title is What If? The paragraph is talking about wave power. So please open your student book, page 66, and follow with me. I will read the paragraph. But before we have a word here at the top of the page, disaster. We have the word disaster. Okay, we will read together. Please follow with me. Page 66. Wave power. This is a picture of Cumbre Vieja, a huge active volcano on La Palma, the steepest island in the world, in the Canary Islands. Every few decades it erupts, and scientists are worried because the walls of the volcano are getting weaker. Scientists fear that when it erupts, an enormous chunk of the volcano could collapse and fall into the sea. If this happened, it would be a catastrophe. Why? Because it would unleash a giant wave, a tsunami, the biggest ever recorded in history. What mean erupts here? Mean انفجر. erupts بمعنى انفجر. Okay, chunk بمعنى كتلة أو قطعة. collapse بمعنى انهيار. catastrophe بمعنى نكبة أو كارثة. unleash بمعنى يحرر أو حرر. unleash, it would unleash. Okay, the second here paragraph. How would it happen? How would it happen? كيف بحصل هذا الاشي? The volcano is by the sea and the water next to the volcano is about 6 kilometers deep. If the volcano collapsed, a landslide of 500 billion tons of rock would fall into the sea. This would create a huge tsunami about 100 meters high. See diagrams 1 and 2. You can see diagram 1 and 2. What's the meaning of landslide? Paragraph 2. Landslide mean انهيار الصخور. بمعنى انهارت الصخور. The third question here, the third paragraph, sorry. What would happen next? What would happen next? The wave would travel away from the Canary Islands in all directions at about 800 kilometers in an hour. The other Canary Islands would immediately be covered by water. In less than an hour, a 90 meters wave would flood North West Africa. Flood بمعنى يمس فيضان. The side of the volcano faces west across the Atlantic Ocean, which would protect Africa and Europe a little. However, a 12-meter tsunami would still crash against Lisbon within 3 hours and after protect Africa and Europe a little. However, a 12-meter tsunami would still crush giant Lisbon within 3 hours and after 5 hours. The tidal wave. What mean tidal wave? يعني موجة مد وجزر. Tidal wave موجة مد وجزر. Would reach Britain. The wave could travel a kilometer inland and devastate. Devastate mean يدمر أو خرب towns and villages. London would be flooded. See map. You can see the map here. Okay. The fourth paragraph. How far would it travel? How far would it travel? The wave would have enough energy to cross the entire Atlantic Ocean. 8 hours after the eruption اللي هو الانهيار, It would smash. What means smash? تحطيم, يتحطم. Into the east coast of America. It would still be about 30 meters high. Boston would be hit first, followed by New York, then the coast down to Miami. The wave would create havoc. Havoc mean الدمار أو الخراب. Havoc الدمار أو الخراب in the Caribbean and Brazil too. It would travel for several kilometers inland because of the low coastline. It would flatten. Flatten mean بمعنى تدمير الشيء. Flatten بمعنى تدمير الشيء. Flatten everything and kill thousands of people. The last paragraph. What can we do about it? Nothing much. It seems the scientists believe that it's not a question of if, but when the volcano will collapse. Collapse حكينا معناها انهيار. Collapse at some time in the future, but it could be hundreds of or thousands of years from now. Furthermore, if only part of the volcano plunged mean يعني اندفع بسرعة, يعني هيك كأنه قفز للماء أو اندفع بسرعة. Furthermore, if only part of the volcano plunged into the sea, the tsunami would be much smaller. Scientists want to put better equipment on Cumbre Vieja so that they can predict the volcano's eruptions. Eruptions حكينا الانهيارات in the future and give us an early warning بمعنى تحذير of possible problems. Although nobody could stop the tsunami, at least the authorities could then evacuate. Evacuate يمس بمعنى إخلاء. Evacuate بمعنى إخلاء. Evacuate the towns. Evacuate the towns and cities that would be in danger and save thousands of lives. That's it. Okay. Read here. Read the reading step. Look at the diagrams and the map. Are the sentences true or false? The volcano is on an island near Africa? Yes, that's true. The first question is true. The second question, waves made by an eruption, the second sentence, waves made by an eruption would reach London in 3 hours? Told us in 3 hours? No, not in 3 hours, in 5 hours. That's false. Number 2 false, in 5 hours, not in 3 hours. The last sentence, an eruption would make rock fall into the sea. Yes, the eruption make rock fall into the sea. Okay, you must choose the suitable meaning, page 67, for all the meanings, for all the vocabulary in page 66 for wave power. We will do it together, but before you must do understanding ideas. Answer the 3 questions here. What is the questions here? The first one, if Cumbre Vieja erupted, where would the tsunami travel to? Where would the tsunami travel to? So we have 3 questions here. The first question is, if Cumbre Vieja erupted, where would the tsunami travel to? Where would the